This red line is called the VWAP, volume weighted average price. The reason it's important is two. Basically, it's the average price that we've seen based on volume. Okay, I said all the same words, just in different order. Why this thing is important more than anything is that every trader on earth has the same VWAP as long as it's added to your chart. The VWAP is also kind of like a moving average, but just with volume as the weight. The reason it's important is no matter what chart you go to, let's say if we go to a 3-minute chart, same thing. Let's say if we go to like a 10-minute chart, same price. The VWAP does not change the price that it's at. I'm not sure if where my 15-minute, there it is, loaded up. The VWAP stays the exact same price no matter the chart. Now that's a little bit different than your moving averages. A moving average is basically a candle measurer. So I have a 9 and a 21 on my chart just to help me see things. 9 candles on a 1-minute chart is different than 9 candles on a 5-minute chart. You can see how the moving averages look a little bit different. So not only does every trader who trades have an idea of where VWAP is, it also is the same level on every chart. So it's easily referenceable, number one. But another big reason is it attracts a lot of big buyers. A lot of individuals like to buy or sell at or around VWAP. The reason it gets choppy is VWAP basically is the price that we all kind of agree this thing is worth right now. And so let's just zoom out and find a different idea here. Okay. So here's a great example. This is Tuesday, so yesterday. VWAP really sloped down, like really sloped down. And so all day it was like, man, the NASDAQ NQ is not worth this much. It's not worth 18,700. We're going to slope way down. And that shows us obviously a nice bearish trend. And then we have, this is the morning, but today, so far, it's sloped down a little bit. Now we're kind of back to flat. We kind of have agreement, like price is probably best suited at 18,600. So if we get down to 18,000, well, it's best suited at 18,638. If we get down to 18,600, probably need to pull back up. If we get up to 18,670, 680, probably need to come back down, probably a little too high. That's what VWAP represents. So it has a lot of different meanings, but the biggest thing about it though, in my opinion, is that the biggest traders, the ones who have the most capital, all have a plan at VWAP. All of them do. And so it makes price very unpredictable when we get near it because you have a lot of large players pushing price back down, pushing price back up. Like this is not normal price action, right? This is not normal. Price shouldn't just move 34 points in 2 different candles above and below VWAP like that. It does act as support and resistance, but it acts more like an amplifier of price. Anytime price gets near it, we get violent movement up and down. It's really just a no fun zone, like the whole being around VWAP. If I had to, let me see if I can add, if I had to give it like a different way of looking at it, let me make it easier for you to see this. Let's make it blue, make it like light blue. Light blue for, okay. You could kind of say like anytime price is inside the first deviation of VWAP, we're going to have choppiness. That's going to be basically true because when price breaks out of this, that's when we really start to get a nice flow. Now, you obviously get trends long before price breaks out of this deviation, but typically when price is outside of the first deviation of VWAP, you've got yourself a nice little trend. The deviations themselves can act as support and resistance, and the deviations are just, okay, here is VWAP times itself below and above, and that gives you this nice little range. And so we have Tuesday, nice sell-off. We pull back up towards the standard deviation line, boom, right back down. And you could add a second deviation line, the third deviation line. Price pulls back into the zone, right back out, which is nice. Oh, I don't know why I touched that. I don't know where to put it. That's fine. We'll get rid of it. Price outside the standard deviation lines, right back in. That was a nice little move right there, wasn't it? Boom, boom, right back. Choppiness all the way through. Chop, 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 chop. Break out, nice. Acts as resistance, nice. Back up, chop, out, back in, chop. We're chopping ever since. So VWAP can be a huge help. What it really, for me, what it does is it's like a no trade zone. I'm just not going to trade when prices near VWAP, at least unless it's super obvious. That's how I use it. Everybody has their own way of using it though. But what's most important is that every trader on earth knows where VWAP is. And so you should as well.